From moaning and groaning to bowel movements, here's 19 facts about death that'll creep you the hell out. Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. Before we begin, make sure to drop a like, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon so you won't miss out when we make a new upload. Alright, let's dive in. Number 19. You could give birth. Okay, so this hasn't happened in a while, but it was relatively normal for pregnant women to die for a long time in history. If they died in the winter, it was just too cold to offer them a proper burial. So as the dead pregnant woman awaited warmer months for a suitable burial, it was believed that the body's gases mixed with the soft flesh pushed the fetus out. Unfortunately, the fetus cannot live and is unviable because the body has already begun to decompose. That's not just terrifying, but it's also pretty sad. Number 18. You can achieve a death boner. These are particularly different to violent deaths like hanging or beheading, which necessitate the victim being killed while standing or at least leaning vertically. These were sometimes known as death erections or angel lust. They occur when a force is applied to the spinal cord, causing an involuntary response in the penis. And yes, it is accompanied by discharge, which is simply leakage. Number 17. Your bowels and bladder will empty. This one is grosser than it is creepy. The muscles that keep your anal sphincter closed relax completely once the part of your brain that controls them dies. When combined with any gas produced by your body, this means that the release can cause any excrements. So if there's any kind of feces or urine left in the body, it will most likely just leak out. Death does not have a pleasant appearance or odor. 16. Your skin turns purple. If there's one thing we've learned from years of watching CSI, it's that dead people's faces are unnaturally pale. However, the backside of a lifeless man's torso, such as the shoulder blades or the back curves, would be purple and splotchy. When your heart stops pounding, gravity causes your blood to pool in your vessels, known medically as livor mortis. The skin around the regions where blood pools takes on a rich purple hue due to this. Of course, this doesn't just have to occur on your backside. If you croaked while lying on your face or your side, those are the spots where the purple spots appear. 15. You can moan and groan. Making noises that seem like moans and groans is one of the creepiest things a dead corpse can do, especially if the person received emergency medical care before death. Air will naturally flow up the windpipe and pass through the vocal cords if force is applied on the chest of a corpse, resulting in a moaning or wheezing sound. Even if doctors didn't try to resuscitate them, it could still happen. But hey, if a body starts talking out loud, you may have reason to be concerned. 14. Your corpse might just explode. This one seems impossible, but it's true. A body may truly explode. Of course, this does not happen very often. But suppose a body is left undiscovered for an extended time. In that case, decomposition gases can pile up, causing the organs to erupt violently. 13. You decay for several weeks. Bacteria, particularly those that usually live in your gut and help digestion, begin to work on your body once they understand they have complete freedom over your body. In just 1 week, maggots can take hold and eat up to 60% of your body. Scientists predict that if you are in a sealed casket at 50 degrees Fahrenheit for 4 months, your flesh will waste away until you are a skeleton of your former self. Don't be concerned because your brain dies shortly after your body. You won't feel or see any of this. 12. You twitch. Have you ever heard a story about a corpse rising from its grave? However, that is really a myth. As your body enters a shutdown state, it may make rapid spastic movements. That's because as long as you have some last-minute residual brain activity, you can still fire off random jerk-like actions. There may be some twitches while you're dying if you receive a gunshot wound to the head that doesn't entirely injure the brainstem or spinal cord. 11. Many people die every year due to doctors' sloppy handwriting on prescriptions. The joke about doctors' lousy handwriting have been around for a long time and are mostly accepted among doctors themselves. However, it is not amusing to certain people. A misunderstood prescription can cause delays in treatment and unneeded tests and doses, which can lead to pain and death. According to the Institute of Medicine, 1.5 million people are injured each year due to pharmacists and healthcare misreading terrible handwriting. 10. Forensic scientists can determine when and how someone died by examining the types of insects that have gathered in and around a dead body. A forensic entomologist may be called in to aid in the investigation of a suspicious death. Insects found near or on the body may give important information about the crime, such as the victim's death time. The most helpful crime scene insects for estimating the post-mortem interval or time of death are blowflies and flesh flies. Who'd have thought this? 9. Your body will produce a terrible odor. What does a body smell like when it's dead? Some people compare the odor of a decomposing body to that of rotten fruit. You won't smell very good after you die, and it can happen quickly. Your internal organs begin to decay after 2 to 3 days, producing 2 chemicals: putrescine and cadaverine. They can produce an overpowering stink. The odor is similar to a paint solvent or nail polish remover. 8. You can die from drinking too much water. Life is impossible without liquid H2O. However, it can be overdone, and there is such a thing as fatal water overdose. It's rare for people to drink too much water by accident. Still, it can happen due to dehydration during sports or rigorous training. You may get water poisoning, intoxication, or a change in brain function if you consume too much water. The cells may swell, placing you in danger of seizures, coma, or death. 7. Your remains can be turned into a diamond, a vinyl record, or even a tree after you've died. Even after death, we are solely restricted by our imagination regarding how we want to go. Your cremated loved ones can't turn over in their graves, but they sure can spin right round on a record player. Life Gem, a memorial jewelry company, creates diamonds of various shapes, hues, clarity, and carats using carbon from cremains. Another common way to honor your loved one is taking the ashes and growing a tree from them. This is a fantastic way for them to go on in a different form of existence. 6. Some people suffer from a real syndrome where they believe they are already dead or don't exist at all. Imagine feeling as if you're about to die. Cotard delusion is a rare condition where you or your bodily parts believe they are dead, dying, or don't exist. Severe sadness and various psychotic disorders are the most common causes. This syndrome causes people to become substantially less social and quit speaking altogether. Some people hear voices telling them that they are dead or dying. Now imagine you want to be taken to a morgue because you wanted to be with dead people. Number 5. Dead bodies swell up like balloons after about 4 days due to the release of gases and liquids. Now, is this why bodies float on water? In the body, the decomposition process begins just minutes after death. The enzymes start to break down cells within the body, producing gases that cause the body to inflate up like a balloon. Capillaries rip open as organs decompose, allowing blood to flow into the body and giving the skin a purple hue. 4. In the 1800s, photographing posed dead bodies was a very normal practice. Many individuals find dead people's images disturbing or morbid. Taking a snapshot of a dead body, on the other hand, wasn't weird in the 1800s, it was consoling. Post-mortem photography was a method for families to remember their deceased loved ones in an era when photos were expensive, and many people didn't have any pictures of themselves when they were alive. 3. Your hair and nails look like they grow. Have you heard that hair and nails continue to grow in a coffin? They don't, even though it may appear that way. Your skin dries out after you die, shrinking away from your cuticles and hair follicles, giving your nails and hair the appearance of being longer than they were while you were living. 2. You can turn your flesh into soap. The Soap Man was a unique corpse buried in the 1880s because when his body was discovered, all the fat on his bones had turned into soap. It turns out that water and alkaline had seeped into his casket, activating a form of hydrolysis. This is adipocere. It's a soapy-looking substance that a body's fat decomposes into when it's submerged in water. You could totally occupy your loved one's bathrooms if you want to leave a piece of yourself behind after you die. Number 1. A decapitated head may sense its surroundings. Electrical activity can be found in severed heads, lasting roughly 4 seconds, according to a 2011 study by Dutch scientists who were studying decapitated mice. This explains the stories of veterans who claim to have seen the expression of grief or sorrow on the faces of friends who have been beheaded. There may be truth to some lore. So remember that your emotions are entirely valid the next time you're watching a horror film and feeling paranoid. That's all for the video, guys. Make sure to comment down below what creeped you out the most. See you in the next one.